One day, a dead whale was caught in the net. When a whale dies, gases start growing in the stomach of the whale, and suddenly it exploded over the whole ship. Everybody puked, even the most tough sailormen that had been there for a long time. They puked. That's when the whole crew started doing snus with menthol taste one of the guys had taken with him for special moments. To me, it doesn't really matter if stories are real or fictive. I do many things, and therefore I am many things. Sometimes I'm just a boy, sometimes a husband, sometimes I'm a designer, a manager or a secretary. Sometimes I walk or swim. Sometimes I'm an artist. Back in 2009, I got to spend some time with a fisherman and a shark hunter that was preparing nets, and I got to learn how to use a tool called a netting needle. If you make knots and bindings in certain ways, they become beautiful to me. I sort of felt like finding authentic Icelandic craft in the fisherman's workshop. I haven't been living in Iceland for quite a long time, which maybe also makes me feel more Icelandic. I often kind of see myself as a translator, to translate a sense of a place into the shape of objects and materials. I fill my pockets with stuff without really knowing about it. It's maybe the child that kind of emerges there. I try to be a child at least once a day, to fool around or to be silly or to allow yourself to just get caught up with random things. I remember a lot from my childhood. Somebody told me that means I had a happy childhood. Once I would try to buy candy with stones, and it worked. The elements here in Iceland influence our imagination, our senses for things. The darkness makes us start imagining what's there in the darkness. The weather, the extremes, these things can be quite polarized. You always have to be ready. Iceland is open, it's vast, and therefore there's not a lot of reverb. Your voice kind of disappears into the distance. When there's wind, it's a very distinct sound. When the wind hits your ears, it makes a sound. And that's maybe the sound of Iceland. But then of course ears are different in shapes and sizes, so maybe the sound varies from person to person.